Meet Sheru. As long as he has a full bowl of food and a quiet spot to sleep, his day is complete. His world is defined by his basic physical needs. Human beings require more than food and rest to survive. Think about it. Can we live entirely alone, completely isolated from others? We can't. From the moment we wake up, we rely on our families, our schools, and the local markets. We are social beings, permanently connected to one another. Social science is the systematic study of these human connections. It is the evidence-based analysis of how we live, how we behave, and how our institutions function. This field relies on facts, reasoning, and evidence. Social scientists investigate exactly how systems work, from a local school board to the national government, to understand the patterns of our lives. Understanding these invisible threads, the systems that link us together, allows us to see the structure of our society. Let's put this into practice. Imagine a single problem. A child is unable to go to school. To understand why, a social scientist looks for the many hidden causes behind this one outcome. First, we check the geography layer. Perhaps the physical distance is too great, or the terrain is too difficult to travel every day. Next, we examine the economics layer. The family might lack the money needed for supplies, uniforms, or transportation. When we look at a classroom of students reading together, we also have to consider the social layer. The issue keeping a child away might be rooted in discrimination or social inequality. A single problem often has many causes. Social science is the tool we use to see all these dimensions at the same time. This image captures a massive city flood. To a dog, it's just water. But to a social scientist, it's a complex system of environmental and human failures. We break this down into 4 disciplines. Geography explains physical causes, like heavy rainfall and coastal location. Economics measures the human cost. This photograph of farmers harvesting reminds us of the assets at risk. A flood destroys harvests, jobs, and income. Political science asks the systemic questions. Who is responsible for building the drainage systems? Who organizes the rescue efforts and enforces emergency laws? History provides the context. This vintage photo of past floods in the same region helps us identify patterns and better prepare for the future. The economy pillar governs our daily routines, how we earn, spend, and save. Every family planning a monthly budget engages with economic logic. Governance dictates how a country is run on a daily basis. It covers the laws that keep our streets safe and the public services, like hospitals and roads, that we all use. In this photograph, we see the foundation of that governance: citizen participation. Voting allows individuals to choose their leaders and influence the system. Think about traffic rules. When everyone follows the rules, we have safety and order. When those systems are ignored, we have accidents and chaos. Real-life problems are rarely solved by a single subject. History, geography, economics, and political science are permanently interconnected. Humans depend on the physical world. This aerial view shows harvested logs, a clear example of how our demand for resources shapes the environment. Our actions have consequences. Industrial exhaust drifts from the chimneys into the surrounding community, impacting public health. This introduces the value of sustainability, the practice of using resources carefully today so they are still there for the generations arriving tomorrow. Protecting the environment is a decision that involves our economy and our social systems, making it a core part of social science. Looking at this massive crowd gathered at the Jama Masjid, we see the scale of India's diversity. Hundreds of languages, distinct religions, and shared festivals define our daily social life. Because people have such different needs and starting points, access to opportunities is not always equal. A child in a remote village faces hurdles that a child in a city does not. This is why we value inclusivity and equity. Fairness requires giving targeted support, like scholarships, to those who need it most. Remember Sheru? He relies on us for food and shelter, but we rely on one another. We are held together by this invisible web of shared resources, laws, and history. Social science is how we make sense of that web. It gives us the tools to understand our place in the world, make informed decisions, and participate as responsible citizens.